Saturday night's main event provided some incredible moments, including the return of the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. The Rock announced that WrestleMania was going to be in New Orleans, only for it not to be in New Orleans anymore. What is going on? We're here to tell you. This is the Spandex StandUps.
What's up, man?
Dude, I'm great, man. I just got back from WrestleMania's new home, I guess.
Oh, did you go check? You go do some scouting for him?
Scouting. I was in Vegas this weekend, y'all. Not for any wrestling stuff, but to see Kenny Chesney at the Sphere, which is semi-wrestling related. I feel like there might be some overlap there.
Don't let him lie to y'all. He was there because he heard that they were going to have WrestleMania there, so he wanted to get boots on the ground just for y'all. Just for our listening audience, he had to get boots on the ground in Vegas when they announced WrestleMania. He's going back to Vegas.
I had to see what's going on.
After just being there.
I had to see why we're doing it, twice in a 12-month period. I had to get to see what really is going on there. And what I learned, disheartening. Disheartening. But I'm feeling good. Love Saturday night's main event. Got to watch it this weekend. So, yeah.
They crushed it this week. We'll get into that. Let's go ahead and get in some news up top. WrestleMania is, in fact, going back to Vegas. Rumor is that it's an agreement with the city of Las Vegas because tourism is down, y'all. I don't know if y'all know this or not, but with the state of the world, a lot of international people are not coming over to America like they used to. So they're hoping WrestleMania will booster that. And this also came with the caveat that WrestleMania will be in Vegas more than not.
Yeah. Well, again, after being there, I will say Vegas is built for these types of events.
Yeah.
Tons of hotel rooms, tons of restaurants.
Convention space.
Tons of convention space. New state-of-the-art stadiums and arenas. So, and when you look at the direction WWE has gone in, sure, kids are still very much a part of the fan base, but the fan base has evolved to more.
You got to have the adults too.
Folks like our age. Mm-hmm. So I do think in some ways it's a good long-term strategic move. I do worry though about prices, Vegas becoming then, such an expensive place.
Yeah.
For WrestleMania, tickets are already super expensive. Then you add hotels, then you add restaurants, you add the 3-4 day merch. Again, as a stockholder in TKO, I'm like, we love this. But for the fans, I'm like, just make sure you have your Peacock subscription renewed.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing. Because as I say, there's no better seat than on your couch watching it on the TV.
And Vegas is a tough place to really be for multiple days. It's a lot. It's overwhelming and a lot of walking. So, but again, I do think it could be a great place to build some infrastructure because there's so much space, so much room.
I would be surprised if they did like one of those fan experiences, like a permanent installation.
Mm-hmm. Totally. And I think that would be amazing. And I know we've talked a lot about, WrestleMania coming to Nashville eventually once they build this new stadium. And Nashville is also built for these types of things. But Nashville is not struggling with the tourism issue.
No, we can't get them to stop.
Exactly.
Trick Williams is your new TNA heavyweight champion.
Oh.
How do you feel? Like that's boosting the NXT TNA relationship. I just have always worried since day one, is this helping TNA as much as it's helping NXT?
Right. I think it is. I think it's helping TNA more. I think you just legitimize TNA by having Trick Williams taking the belt. I mean, TNA is already legit.
Yeah,
But when you're talking about these newer, more WWE specific diehards, I think it absolutely helps TNA.
Yeah, I wanted to get your opinion on it because that's how I feel. I've always been a TNA fan. They definitely scratched that WCW itch for me when I got back into wrestling. When I got back into wrestling, TNA arguably was, rivaling WWE storylines, So had all the old heads in there. You know, you could make the argument that Hogan and Bischoff ran it into the ground just like they did WCW, but it was still fun to watch regardless. So I love TNA's been kicking around. Should not still be here when you think about it.
No, and I do think WWE needs to find a way to make all of these properties like really stand out, because I'm like, where, you know, I'm sure I could look it up, but where would I find TNA new episodes right now?
It's on Access TV right now.
Okay.
I have to watch it. There is a TNA channel on YouTube and Pluto, and they'll show some newish stuff every now and then.
Right.
But it's on AXS TV, and I'm not sure who carries that.
So I think we got to find a way to, you know, bridge the gap.
Why not put it on the network?
Right, exactly.
They own the library. Why not also help them distribute
I mean,
it?
I think, you know, put it on Peacock, put it on Netflix. I mean,
because they got Evolve on Tubi now. WWE bought Evolve and turned it into NXT's NXT.
Yep.
So, I mean, why not? And then we get to see, they were very heavy on Saturday Night Main Event promoting luchadors that were there. You know, Viking. So I'm very intrigued to see how they promote and showcase AAA. So a lot of question marks coming up here. Liv Morgan set to return. It is happy Memorial Day, everyone. And we are filming a day early since we had the time to hang out and chill out. So we don't know what's going to happen on Raw tonight or this week before we bring this to you. But Liv Morgan set to return, so she could return tonight on Raw. I'm loving. How do you feel about this little dynamic they're doing with Roxanne coming in and Finn just wanting to stir the pot?
I think it's great. I think what's going on with the Judgment Day is, I'm more interested in the Judgment Day now than I've been in a long time.
For sure. I'm all for a Liv Morgan Roxanne feud.
Yeah.
I think they can put on some great matches.
And it's just been such a slow burn when you think about the Judgment Day. Been going for years and years. You know, factions used to not go this long.
No. It is so funny to think back, like DX wasn't around that long.
Even Evolution imploded pretty quick. I mean, that was a quick rise and fall a little bit, you know?
We get so bummed out when these great factions end, but you're like, that's just how it happens.
Well, and you know, because the factions used to just be the faction, they broke up, move on. Now, when you think about the originators of Judgment Day, it was kind of like Damian Priest and Edge, well, and Finn Balor, I guess, but like now it's just, you know, people are moving in and out. It's very interesting.
I love it. Well, speaking of Edge and Judgment Day, they ended him with a concerto.
Yeah,
Damian did that to Drew, and all indications are to write Drew off of TV for the foreseeable future.
He's got to get healthy.
Yeah, he said he can't turn his neck all the way to the left.
He's got to get healthy. He put on. I mean,
he's our age too, or he's my age. He's in his late 30s. So like, I know when I sleep wrong, I can't imagine. Dude's been in hell in a cell.
Well, I remember he was having some issues before he became world heavyweight champion before COVID. He was doing DDP yoga, going to Atlanta. Because
they said he's headed, like eventually he's headed towards that fusion surgery that everyone's having.
I mean, he's got to do it. He had an incredible year that should have culminated in something more, unfortunately, for him. He shouldn't have just been this angry guy. It should have led to something. Same with Kevin Owens. Like, that's the hard part about these guys, is they destroy their bodies on their way to finally getting what's, what they deserve, and then they can't get what they deserve.
Yeah. Kevin Owens still hadn't had surgery. He's still getting opinions and figuring out what the next step is. So that's terrifying.
Yeah.
That makes me think it's way worse than it originally was.
Yeah. He might be done.
He might be. And I mean, what a great program to go out on, but God knows I don't want that to be the end of Kevin Owens. But
no, I wanted him to have the belt.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, there is a little bit of me that is poetic about the last belt he had was the gold wing belt.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm just saying, I don't want it to be. I don't want it to be the end
story.
of it.
He got to go out with the shirts. Along, and we got to avenge Kevin. There we go. Keep the stories going. Yeah, we love it.
Evolution all women's pay-per-views coming July 13th from Atlanta. Saturday Night Main Event will be the night before in Atlanta, July 12th. Big rumors circulating that could be Goldberg's farewell match.
Oh, sir, that would be an amazing match to go out on.
They got to start planting the seeds for it.
I think that would be perfect for Goldberg. Prime time.
Big audience.
Not one of the big PLEs.
Nope.
Yeah, huge
Not
audience.
going to ruin a storyline.
Honestly, it could be his own program, like it really is.
What better way for Gunther to get reestablished?
Yeah.
Because we were
Gunther
thinking it was going to
Goldberg.
be Breaker, but he's got his own thing going on. We don't really need to detract him from this.
Right.
Because there's no reason to intertwine Goldberg with Seth and his faction.
Well, the only other reason would be to, have Goldberg as a babyface.
Yeah.
To join Cody Rhodes from Atlanta, Jey Uso, to help them babyface, right? And then they're like, Goldberg take care of Braun, and Braun.
He did approve the creative for his return, is what I read.
I mean,
today,
it would be.
So.
I think he'd be more open to putting Braun Breaker over in Atlanta.
An Atlanta kid, because isn't Braun an Atlanta kid too?
I think
the Steiners Atlanta.
I believe so. So
Yeah.
I think it would be monumental if they did.
Yeah. Oh, you talked me into it.
I think that would be awesome.
I
I do like the idea of Goldberg versus Gunther, but I just don't think.
That's just all I've been reading is that they've pegged Gunther as his final opponent. That's all. I don't know. I mean, we want the.
I still
Spear
want it to be
versus
Braun Breaker.
Yeah,
I think Spear versus Spear is
no
like.
doubt.
Yeah.
Let's get into these Saturday Night Main Event results. We get Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker defeating CM Punk and Sami Zayn. Big Bronson Reed returns and joins his rival, Seth freaking Rollins.
But this is what we were talking about Braun Breaker and potential. I think we said it at Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed joining forces at one point. Didn't we say this months ago?
We did.
That would be an incredible combination.
Yes.
So this is what Big Bronson Reed needs. This is what a lot of these big guys that have. Let's get Otis in there too.
Yeah.
Let's get like a savage Otis too. You know, like let's take some of these big guys that you haven't totally known what to do with them, and just have them create just like this.
I've always been a fan of the heavies.
Yeah.
You know, like if you're like Batista, I know it wasn't ideal and it didn't go according to plan, but when he was Devon's muscle, Diesel was Shawn Michaels, Sid was Shawn Michaels. Like Shawn would bring in a new bodyguard every week there for a little bit. I love the idea, Dolph Ziggler and Big E. I love the idea of the cocky, arrogant heel with the muscle. And if he wants to build a stable of them,
Yep.
I'm here for it. So we get Bronson Reed back, takes out CM Punk, Sammy left on his own, takes the old spear, stomp combo. How you feeling about this new faction now with Bronson Reed in tow?
Love it. I wasn't into it before as much, and I'm still like Seth Rollins.
He's my favorite, so I'm along for the
Yeah,
ride.
I mean, I don't know, but I like. Yeah, I'm liking it right now. Yeah.
It sounds like you're at least hopeful and giving it a chance, and that's all we can ask for.
I am.
You know, that's all we can ask for. Let Heyman do his magic. That's all I'm asking.
Exactly.
That's all I'm asking. Zelina Vega retaining her championship against Chelsea Green in the U.S. title match. Big boost for Zelina. I like this. They're giving her the run with the belt, and she's fighting. She's not just like holding it and being like, I want Alexa Bliss to feud with her next. That tease with the tag team with them and her looking at the belt. Loved that. And I want Chelsea to get Money in the Bank.
Ooh. Well, last year she took the big bump, so this would be the year. Yeah. Yeah, go from U.S. title to
I don't need this Hervis to go away.
Yeah,
I love all of it.
Yeah, and we've got with the parallels to current politics.
Right.
I mean, it is,
and I just love that none of them are American. They're doing a president and the Secret Service storyline, and it's Canadian, a Scot, and
well, look what we have in our politics right now.
It's great.
Yeah.
So yeah, those are my requests, WWE. Because I am very interested. We'll get more into it in a little bit, but I'm loving this Alexa Bliss Charlotte dynamic that's going on. So definitely got me intrigued. One of the more intriguing things on SmackDown. Like she was talking to Lily, the doll, but it was really direct. Great story, right? John Cena defeats R-Truth. That was a nice little layer. He was change of heart, like he wasn't going to hit him with the belt, but then he low blowed him instead. The little like
perfect.
It's old school booking, but I love it.
It's old school booking. It's John Cena ruining wrestling. Like even the way he's wrestling, it's like, we're into it, but God, this is bad.
His backstage acting is bad.
It's just bad.
Because we know he's a great actor.
Yeah.
But he's on purposely being John Cena.
Yep.
And he told us the playbook. He said he was going to interfere in the Jey Uso-Logan Paul match. He said, wouldn't it be funny if Logan Paul beat Jey Uso to ruin wrestling even more? He said he was going to do it, and he did it. Man, I'm digging everything that John
No, but it's
John
great.
Cena's
It
doing
really
right now.
is.
Because you got to go every time he does
Every
something.
time. Yeah, it's great.
Like we said earlier, Damon Priest defeats Drew McIntyre in a steel cage match. The concerto to write Drew off. I have to say, from the bottom of my heart, Jesse the Body Ventura should never be allowed back.
No.
That commentating was terrible.
Yeah.
How are you going to dog the ending like that? Like, he made me feel bad about it. Like, I loved the ending. And then as Damien's walking out, he's calling him a coward for not going over the top rope. And I'm just like, well, that just took all the luster off of it.
Yeah, no, he's...
You could tell McAfee and Cole were
Corey
trying.
Graves back out there as the, like, I'm not into it either.
Jesse,
and I don't know that he even adds anything to,
it's the voice is the only thing he adds to it.
Which even then it's like,
he has no insight. He doesn't watch the product anymore.
Which most new fans, I don't think he adds to the voice.
He hadn't been around since the late 80s, bro.
Right.
Like, I don't remember Jesse the Body Ventura that much. And I'm an old school fan.
Right.
His time has come, you know. Jey Uso retains his championship. Thank God. It's like, I got worried there for a second. I was like, are they really, to promote the Cena storyline, are they really about to have him cost Jey Uso this title with Logan Paul? But we get a returning Cody Rhodes. Now we get Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes versus John Cena, Logan Paul at Money in the Bank. I love the Uso Cody tag team. Like, their press conference where they're both drunk when they won the tag titles will always be iconic, but I don't know about this.
I don't know about this either. I mean, I do see it paving the way for a Logan Paul versus John Cena for the WWE Championship, potentially at maybe one of the Saudi events. I think that's
that in September. That's in July, right?
Yeah, that's before. So
I can see that. That's good foreshadowing.
That's a huge match for like a Saudi crowd. John Cena versus Logan Paul.
Logan and Cena can win, and then Logan be like, "Now I'll take my belt." You know,
that's just money.
Yeah,
it really is a money match. So I think that's. I'm into it for that reason. Yeah. It also, it gives your champ something to do. It's not a title match.
And we don't need a title match at Money in the Bank unless you're going to have a cash-in.
And I don't totally want to see Logan Paul and Money in the Bank again this year.
Exactly. That was my thinking, is this gives Logan Paul something to do that keeps him out of the ladder match.
But actually, they might still potentially be in. I mean, I could see Cody Rhodes somehow making us, being a member of the Money in the Bank. So
yeah, very true. Yeah. Because so far, all we have in it is LA Knight and Solo Sikoa.
Solo, I mean, come on. Yeah, I'm not into it.
Yeah.
See, again, my Money in the Bank match can be thrown off by just one person, and Solo in that, I'm like...
To me, I'm trying to be optimistic because this is the beginning of the road to building him back up. I hope.
To where?
To feed him to Jacob Fatu.
Yeah, I guess.
Right. But I still like Solo, and... These matches tonight on Raw, the qualifying matches, will get you hyped again.
Yeah, that's true.
You ready? Have you heard about them yet?
No, tell me.
Tonight we get Dragon Lee, Penta, and Chad Gable.
Sick. Oh, God, that's going to be a banger.
Right? And we get Sami Zayn, Finn Balor, and Seth Rollins.
Sami Zayn, Finn Balor, Seth Rollins, banger.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are, Monday Night Raw's, the Triple H's booking is like, you're like, what is a PLE caliber match anymore?
Sami Zayn, Finn Balor, Seth Rollins. And the Luchadors and Chad Gable.
Yeah,
I'm hoping we get a Chad Gable El Grande switcheroo.
Yeah,
where we're like, what happened?
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Yeah, because he's got to. If he does win, he's got to win with the.
Yeah,
and I wouldn't mind Chad Gable being in the ladder match.
No, Chad Gable's amazing.
Because I'm pulling for Penta. Obviously, Penta's my guy. I want to see the absolute insane things he can do in the Money in the Bank match, but will not be upset if Chad Gable steals that.
Yeah.
Or El Grande Americano steals that. But I know they're going to put it on Seth. I know Seth's going to be in the match, but I really wish they'd go Finn Balor with
for
that.
Money in the Bank.
Yeah. And I'm a Seth guy, but I still wish Finn would do something.
I don't think Seth's going to win Money in the Bank.
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
But I think he's going to be in the match.
Oh, yeah.
I think he's going to win the qualifier tonight.
Right.
I truly don't know who's going to win the men's Money in the Bank. That's the great thing about the current product is there's 15 different ways they can go about this.
And Seth's body can't handle a Money in the Bank match.
Right.
You know.
The women's match is setting up to be a banger, though.
Who do we got?
So Julia qualifies on SmackDown. They didn't go the Charlotte Flair route. I'm super hyped about what they're doing with Charlotte Flair.
Yeah.
Because it's not the normal booking of Charlotte Flair.
No.
Like, I thought we were back on this track when she won the Royal Rumble. I was like, oh, here we go. Just giving Charlotte everything.
I think they were going to do that, and then...
The crowd's like... So she loses. Julia qualifies for Money in the Bank, joins Rhea Ripley, Alexa Bliss, and Roxanne Perez.
I like that.
So we got 2 more spots, I guess, open for that. They like to do 6 in the Money in the Bank, right? I know they throw a 7 in every now and then, but super hyped to see the last 2 women on that. And then we got, on just continuing on SmackDown, Fatu and JC Mateo, Jeff Cobb going JC Mateo. I wish they said JC Matanza was on the table.
They're really pushing this guy already.
I wish that... Yeah, they gave him a clean win over LA Knight.
It's kind of crazy.
They gave him the win here over Uso and Rey Fenix. Just still teasing that Fatu solo split, though. How do you think the Tongas fall into this?
I think they're... Where are they?
Yeah.
I think that they were a mistake. I think that I think they're going to get released.
I did see where they were thinking of going with a Finn Balor faction, like he's the leader after Judgment Day, and holding Tama Tonga for that. So, going back to their Bullet Club days. Yeah. So that's the only thing I can see saving him right now.
Yeah, or I could see them doing another, trying to run back Rock Roman at this year's WrestleMania and really kind of rebuild that bloodline Civil War. I mean, I think that could also be something that they're thinking about.
Do you think fans would be mad because it'd be a clear redo? Like, hey, you dropped the ball the first time, get this right.
I think it's a timeline reset. If anything, we get an opportunity to actually see it. You know what I mean?
I got you. Because the internet meme still of the Rock being like, I promised to take you on this ride, and then left for cigarettes and didn't come back.
Exactly. So I think that fans would be like, okay, we kind of got the best of both worlds then, you know? And I think Vegas is still the best place to do that.
That could be why they're redoing Vegas, you know, to try to get it.
Especially 2 years back to back. I think Rock wants that match in Vegas.
Yeah.
Specifically, I think WWE wants that match in Vegas. And so I think that, I don't know if they're going to do it specifically for that. I think the real reason is because Vegas is struggling with tourism, and they're like, we made a shit ton of money. All we have to do is add $1 to each ticket price, add $1 to each thing, add $1 here, and we'll break more records again. And if they are able to do Rock versus Roman, then it probably will be more successful than last year's. Last year's card was kind of a mess in the build.
They got to hit us in the face this year.
Yeah.
So
if you're going to do Vegas 2 years in a row, then this year actually has to be better than last year. And I think they need a commitment from Rock. That's the bar's
pretty low. So.
And The Rock's about to come out with this movie of him being a fighter. It's kind of the perfect way to promote a movie about you being a fighter by also being like, I'm also doing WrestleMania.
That's fair. Very valid points. Wyatts 6 return on Bray's birthday. I thought that was a nice little... I mean, obviously, we're all holding our breath to see what are you going to do.
Yeah, but no, it was nice to see.
Interesting attack in the tag teams of SmackDown.
Yeah.
Arguably the hottest group in wrestling right now. And they went after him. I'm glad it wasn't an Alexa Bliss thing.
Right.
It wasn't just a glitch here, glitch there. No, they full on took out the entire SmackDown tag division.
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
Me too.
But do something this time. Like continuous appearances. No 2 weeks off. No week off.
Yeah, because those vignettes they did were too strong to just kind of go radio silent.
They immediately got to bring those back or something like that. But they also have to make appearances. I need matches. I know they're sacred and you don't want to water them down. but I need them in matches.
Yeah.
I need them wrestling. I need to see what these guys can do in the ring.
Yeah.
Because that's how the SmackDown, if you're going after the tag division, that's how they built themselves up, is being on SmackDown every week. So if you're going after that division, then be on TV every week.
That's what I'm talking about.
I do want to see, they added Candice LeRae to DIY, so Nikki Cross has something to do. So I'm glad that we're not going straight after Alexa, right, from the get-go. Let her do that thing with Charlotte. Give that some time to breathe. On Raw tonight, we get New Day versus War Raiders versus Creed Brothers.
That'll be good.
Yeah. Who would you like to see come out with the tag belts?
Ooh, Creed Brothers. I
Yeah,
think.
give them a shot.
Give them a shot.
And that also, kind of gives American Made a little legitimacy that it needs right now. Because, Americana is kind of running things for him right now. Because Gable's still technically losing.
This fuels El Grande Americana in a major way.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm saying go for it.
Because that whole faction's just been losing. So they really need to get a win. I would like that. I do love heel New Day, but I also think they can get reshuffled in the draft and be just fine.
Yeah.
Because I do want to see that Street Profits New Day, where Street Profits are like the anti-hero and New Day is the full-on heel.
Yeah.
Like just the promos, man. Come on.
It'd be
Come
sick.
on. Well, anything to add? Any parting thoughts? Anything you're excited about?
Man, I'm excited for this summer. A lot of great wrestling coming up between Saturday night's main event, between Evolution, between the Saudi one, between SummerSlam. I mean, we got a jam packed
first 2 nights
between now and August 3rd. Pretty much, we have a ton, and then we go international again, kind of right after. So very excited for the summer of Cena. Excited to see kind of the direction that they take some of this because it's only going to ramp up even more.
No doubt.
But love how they're kind of giving Randy Orton, they're really doing a great job with it. Yeah. What about you? What you got?
I'm just excited from the uncertainty, man. Like I've said before, I don't know. I can't predict things as well as I used to. And that makes me happy.
Yeah.
I don't know what direction they're going. Like, the product used to be so dadgum predictable. And the fact that I don't know who the champ's going to be in 2 weeks is amazing. Yeah. Like, obviously, I know Cena's holding on to the belt for a while. You know what I mean? But, like, when are they going to pull the trigger on Jey Uso?
Totally.
You know? So, all of the other belts, like, we got Becky freaking Lynch in a mid-card feud right now.
Right.
Killing it. And there's just so many superstars, such a loaded roster. Like you said, this summer's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
SummerSlam, they're going to go balls to the walls.
2 nights.
It's going to be awesome. So I'm here for it. Yeah. And like we said, WrestleMania next year in Vegas better be freaking fantastic because of what happened last year. And I'm on the side of I enjoyed last year, but I also understand why other people are calling foul.
I mean, last year was fine, but night 1 was kind of tough.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the first match and the last match were good. Everything in the middle was forgettable. I don't think I could even name a match that happened in between.
Nope. I'd have to look at the card again and be like, oh, yeah. Yeah. But no, I think they're going to be great, man. What you got coming up? Where can they find you?
Where can you find me? Rosemary and Beauty Queen Nashville, RBQ Comedy Nash on Instagram's new show. Pretty much the third Sunday of every month, RBQ Comedy Nash on Instagram. And then just evanberke.com. What about you?
.com. DrewHarrisonComedy.com. I promise I'm going to get it back up and running. It's just a picture of me and all my links right now. But I promise one of these days it's going to be functional again. But I got a brand new show coming out every Monday on YouTube at noon called Oh Hey Guys with Drew Harrison. It's kind of all of the shows I've done over the years rolled into one. It's the just trying to do like a modern talk show, so come have lunch with me on Mondays. Got our buddy Comedian Discovery sponsoring a segment. I got all kinds of fun stuff planned. So hit that subscribe button for Spandex StandUps and check out Drew Harrison Comedy on YouTube. And most importantly, keep watching that wrestling. Keep tuning in. And we'll see you next time.